But it was a big deal for them to beat Tennessee. I mean, look what they did. Look at that. Their little shrubs got trampled by their own fans. This is how low rent this dump upside down cockroach stadium in the armpit of America is that their own fans destroy their own property. They make fun of Clemson for rushing the field, which Clemson doesn't really rush the field. We all know the story. After every game, they win a meaningless regular season game. It has them beating Tennessee had no implications for the Gamecocks whatsoever. They were already bowl eligible. They're not going to win their division, per usual. They're not going to win their conference, per usual. They're not in any sort of playoff talk, per usual. This was a moral victory. Let's call it what it is. This was a moral victory. And how do you celebrate a moral victory? You say, let's rush the field and trample our Home Depot plants. Now, lucky for them, those are cheap shit plants. So I don't know. They might not want to go to Home Depot because Home Depot is orange and they don't like orange. So maybe they'll go to Lowe's. I don't know. I would just go wherever you got, these cheap ass plants on sale. You could probably get, a few hundred of them. It wouldn't cost you that much. So if you plant them now and you're lucky, you might be able to have your shit bushes back by the week 1 of next season, because there is no more games in Willie B this year. You notice some other things about this picture. See this here? I don't know if you can see my cursor. Down to the very, very bottom left-hand corner. And just to the right of that, and just to the right of that. I mean, this picture is only showing a 20-foot long span of the sideline here. And you already see at least 6 pieces of trash. This is another thing they do. Not only do they destroy their own plants, there's something, I think it's in their DNA. I don't know if you have to train for this whenever you enroll at the University of South Carolina. Did this go ahead and give you a water bottle and see if you could throw it? Remember how we did the mustard bottle throw at the first Slob Olympics? I feel like that's what they do at South Carolina, except with water bottles. They were throwing shit on the field on Saturday night, too. They just can't help themselves. What is it with this fan base always throwing shit at people? This is why I won't go there when they play Clemson in Columbia. Because one of these little shitheads throws something at me, there's going to be a big problem. And I'm not saying I'm some big tough guy, but I'm damn sure not letting no little college punk throw shit at me. That ain't going to happen. So I just stay away. I just stay away because I know they got the trigger finger or the trigger arm, whatever they got. Sad. Well, in true Gamecock fashion, what I'm thinking they're going to do is they're so excited about that. I mean, this is the biggest win they've had since the last time they beat Clemson. Well, I guess in 2019 they beat Georgia. That was a pretty big win. But it wasn't as convincing as this one, right? They barely beat Georgia, and Georgia had to, step on their own feet in order for that to happen. So this was an absolute domination. This is the biggest win they've had in a long time, and it means nothing. It means nothing. Other than you can talk trash to Tennessee fans for the next 11 months. Congratulations. Spencer Rattler's in for a rude awakening. Look, their offense is not good. I know if you haven't watched them play this year, because nobody really does watch them outside of, their fans and then the people that like to laugh at their fans like me. So I watch as much of them as I can. And believe me, they watch as much of Clemson as they can, too. They'll try to tell you they don't. But that's a lie. But their offense is not good. So if you only watch the Tennessee game, if that was the first game that you saw South Carolina play this year, you'd be like, holy shit. Look at this. This Spencer Rattler looks like a Heisman candidate. Look at him, man. Running the ball, throwing the ball. I mean, they couldn't do any wrong. It was amazing. I'm here to tell you, that was an optical illusion. They're not good. You don't go from complete and total dumpster juice for 10 games straight, and then all of a sudden you figure it out in one game. This is a Tennessee Volunteer problem, not a South Carolina victory. Tennessee's defense is so bad, that it made the worst quarterback in the SEC look like Pat Mahomes. Now, I got news for you. This defense you're going to see, especially the front seven next week in Death Valley, isn't going to resemble Tennessee's defense in the least bit. This will be the most stout front seven that the Gamecocks have seen all season, other than maybe Georgia. And we saw how that turned out. How'd that turn out? It's going to be a fun week.